Hiya Dave, great to see you again today. Hopefully we've made some inroads into getting rid of the dreaded shank. We can see here on the left the footage at the start of your lesson. This is one of your first shots with your gap wedge, and we'll just go through why you start to shank the golf ball. First of all, we get a little bit too close to it. You can see here not a lot of daylight between your hands and the golf club. At that position we need to try and make a little bit more of a gap there. That tends to get the weight a little bit too much towards the heels at setup, and as a result the weight will then move towards the balls of your feet in your downswing, moving the club in towards the golf ball. So put a little line up there behind you just to illustrate what's happening. Club goes back a little bit too much on the outside because we're stood too close and blocked. And then during the downswing, the hips move in towards the golf ball. You can see the backside moving in from that line as the weight moves towards the balls of the feet, and the neck of the club is presented to the golf ball, resulting in the shank. So too close to the golf ball, that results in the takeaway being a little bit outside the line. Then as the weight moves from the heels to the balls of the feet, the neck of the club is presented to the golf ball. What we also see is a disconnection of the arms in the through swing. You can see the arms moving further away from you as you come through impact. So we need to try and get the idea that we're swinging a little bit more in a circle. So we take a little look at our friend here on the top right. What we're going to see is, although he's hitting a longer club, we're going to see a little bit more room between him and the golf club at that point. That's positioning the weight more towards the balls of the feet. As a result, as he starts his downswing, we just take him to the top. There's going to be less of a move into the golf ball. You can see there that he stays back on that line, and as he comes through impact, the club tends to work back on the inside more. So remember, what we're looking at here, David, is we're looking at a swing that is slightly inside, returning from the inside, and then working back on the inside on the way through. What we've got to guard against as a player who tends to come from the inside anyway is coming too much that way. So if we take a little look at how you should set your mat up when you practice, first of all we need a little bit more room at setup, and then we need to place an item here that is going to block the outside of the target line on the way through. So the through swing is a very important part of the golf swing for you, Dave. When you hit the bad one, the club is moving in this direction, too much away from you, and what we need to do is we need to get that club working more on the inside. So the basket in place is just going to give you a little bit of feedback as you come through impact as to what the path of the club is doing. So we're looking very much on the through swing. We can place a head cover beneath the left arm. That's going to help keep the body connected a little bit more. We can see though that the takeaway on this one is a little bit more on the inside. Good position at the top. And then as we come through, we get the club working a little bit more back on the inside, and you can see there that was a great wedge shot. That was one of your last ones during your session. So the club traces that circle on the way through. So I think the important thing to remember here, Dave, is give yourself plenty of room at address so that the weight is on the balls of the feet and therefore doesn't have to move in towards the balls of the feet in the downswing. But more importantly, we've got to make sure that through impact, this area of the swing here, the club works back inside rather than what was happening at the start of your session, which was the club was working out in front of you too much on the way through. So a little bit of work where you're blocking this area here, just going to give you feedback. I'm not saying that you're never going to do it again, but if nothing else, you've got a good clear understanding now of why you hit the shank. Once you understand why you hit that shot, you have a far better chance of curing that should it raise its head during the round of golf. Good luck with it, and if you need to speak further, just give me a call. Well done.